Hey, listeners, you already know what it is. Your boy Darren Green here to talk about celebrity gossip and the tea on entertainment news. Okay, let's get into it. Now, I'm going to be talking about Housewives of Atlanta. I don't do this often, and I might start doing this more often. I know that you guys really enjoy my content on Real Housewives and Bravo stuff and all that. So we're gonna get in. We're gonna do some more of that with this season because I really do enjoy. I am enjoying this season. So we have episode 3 of Stars Reborn. I guess this was the episode that really gave light to Drew. This is Drew's episode, okay? Because she hasn't been on for the past 2 episodes, and I'm like, girl, that's and I know that they don't pay the newbies that much, so I know that was hurting your pockets, honey. So we got some more Drew. You know, Drew, I guess the title being called A Star Reborn is because she's, becoming a singer. Okay. Anyway, so like I said, I'm not gonna timeline everything because this episode was a little dry. Like the first half of the episode was dry, and I'm probably gonna do that for the future videos because I tend to do that with the whole timelining thing and talk about every little nook and cranny, and just like these other pages do. But it's just like, girl, I ain't got the strength, child, because half of these damn scenes was a little dry. Okay, I don't care about Kenya cursing out her damn assistants and being mean to people. It's so okay. And what I did want to talk about in the beginning though was how I guess Candy and the gang were essentially talking about like the aftermath of the BravoCon or whatever, and how Mama Joyce was just saying not so nice things to poor Todd coming for his height and his finances, or her wanting to have Candy marry somebody that has a better job or whatever the case was. So yeah, that happened, and we get this dialogue with Candy, which it's so late and tired. It's like at this point, girl, I don't believe Mama Joyce really be having these opinions. I be thinking they really telling Mama Joyce to say this because we need some ratings and we need like something to we need to reignite this whole beef between Mama Joyce and Todd because everybody liked it in the past and that's what got you your little spinoff shows, honestly. And so let's have Mama Joyce say some things about Todd. Even Todd's response was just like, yeah, I'm mad or whatever. Like, I don't care. Like this, that, and the third, whatever. It just doesn't seem real to me. It seems very much Candy wants to make a storyline or Candy wants to switch the narrative. Okay. I'm gonna let that sink in. Okay. we'll get into it when we get into it. Now, she was talking all this crap like, oh my God, you're not gonna talk about my man. It's my man, my man, my man. And to her friends, and I'm like, I know you would never say that to Mama Joyce, Candy. You would never be like that to Mama Joyce. Let's be very clear, honey. Are not gonna say that. You're gonna go over there. If this is gonna be a scene, you're gonna go over there and cry and be like, I just feel like you shouldn't talk about my husband. Girl, act like, oh, I haven't spoke to her. Girl, bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. So I just thought that scene was funny. Didn't really care much anything else that they had going on. And side note though, I'm making a couple of side notes because I know we talked about BravoCon and we're gonna get into Drew and Ralph ass. I did not like how I guess Ralph has fans now, but like when the fans see him at the BravoCon, they gonna be like, oh my God, Ralph gaslight me. I'm like, what in the girl? We don't own dictionaries. Anyway, speaking of Ralph and Drew, child, they are essentially, well, Ralph is helping Drew with her music career. I mean, these are really some wholesome scenes that we got between Ralph and Drew, I will say. I'm just waiting on the part where it's like, okay, so when y'all gonna get into the fight that's gonna lead up to this divorce? Because everything is like unicorns and rainbows at this point. So what is what's giving? So we get a scene where she's like getting ready for like this dinner or whatever. She's inviting Courtney, this new cousin of Ralph's. Okay, you hear me? You see me right here? Yeah, I'm not buying this. First of all, your ass came up in here with your baby father and saying in the confessionals, we were dating for a long time, we had kids together, and I just have him as a friend. You brought your friend. Now, it just don't seem right. Everything about Courtney just don't seem right. The way she was kind of acting with Ralph, it just is giving y'all not really cousins. Like it's, I'm just saying, like I don't know, maybe because I've seen shit like this before. Like I said, like we said on the live panel, it just is giving very much that, or something else. But like I don't know. Like and Drew never met this girl. As long as they've been together, however long they've been together, I don't really know. But you ain't never met this girl. No. I mean, I'm not saying that your partner is gonna know every family member, but shit. I mean, if you've been married with somebody for so long, you know a good number of their family. This girl's around. I mean, she's in Atlanta. Y'all, this is the first time y'all met, and then she brings in somebody that's not her man. That's their friends. That's something not adding up. Something's just not adding up with that. I wanted to really mention that. So she basically calls Candy, which made no sense. I mean, I guess because she wasn't there, so she didn't know that Courtney and Candy was getting into it or whatever. So she FaceTimed Candy and was talking about like, oh yeah, I'm with Courtney and them. And she said, and Courtney and Candy was like, girl, you calling me? I hate that. Like, I don't like it. I'm the same now. I don't mess with Candy, but I'm the same way, child. If you calling me and you around bitches that I don't fuck with, girl, you call me. And I don't know who. I don't know if she in the background listening, doing whatever, saying whatever, and making all types of side conversations or whatever this, that, and the third. Like, no, girl, what you want? So she basically is saying that she's doing this show. I forgot to mention, but Candace Dillard, honey, I love me some Candace. I don't care what y'all got to say about that. I love me some Candace. She invited Drew to perform at one of her. She's doing like a wine tour, like a wine brewery tour, which I think is so cute and like intimate. Yeah, I love Candace. I don't care what y'all got to say. So yeah, so she invited Drew to that because somebody canceled on her. So she's going around telling the girls that, come out, it's gonna be in Atlanta this and the third. Yeah. So that scene ended. It's not much to say about the rest of the episode, to be honest, right? Because the reason why that really got me to talk about this was Marlo blowing a goddamn gasket this damn episode. Because I don't know where this was so left field. I mean, we say that we're doing the work to be better, and it's not showing. Okay, so we get to this little event or this concert or tour, whatever the hell Candace Dillard is doing, right? She's doing her performances. Drew comes out and sings a song with her. I'm like, first of all, ain't nowhere in the world you asking me to do a ballad together. No, you gonna let me? No, I came out with a song that I'm trying to promote. You let me have my set. Let me at least perform my one song. Okay, ain't nowhere in the world I was just gonna sit there and do a ballad. I'm doing background at this point. You needed me for, like, and I got what the girls were saying. It's like you was just giving woos and woes. Like this was no concert. What you drag us out here for? A mess. Okay, so that happened, and then that's when we get like this behind the scenes. Like this is after the show, or whatever. And the girls are talking, and everybody's getting out their grievances. I think Marlo and Nanyetta had something to say. Candy and Courtney got into it, and when I say Candy started this one, but she came into the scene like, I don't want nothing with her. I'm not trying to be like, I don't need no friends. I don't need no new friends. Is that and the third? You came in that, but you started with her and was like, well, I heard you say you said my people's is ghetto, and I always have people around. I have everybody around, and I'm just like, okay, Candy, who you trying to convince? Who you trying to convince? I mean, this girl clearly she's using your ass for a moment because she wants to stay on this television. You just giving it to her, but like I said, this is all in the plan for Candy because she's trying to cause a distraction. Okay. Because at the end of the day, and let me just see, am I missing any other arguments that happened before we get into this Marlo crap? No. Okay. So Drew basically brings up the fact that, oh, well, everybody talking about it. Everybody done heard about it. Like, what's going on with Candy in the Blaze restaurant? Like, it was she didn't want to say shooting, but like, it is what it is. And everybody, and that part, I will agree with Marlo when she says like, everybody is scared to bring up shooting. Like everybody's scared to like mess with the queen Candy. Because, like, girl, what was the problem with you saying, girl, what was going on? Somebody got shot at your place? What's going on? Candy ain't want to talk about it. She gave this bull crap ass response like, yeah, well, we dealing with stuff. We can't say much because the legal. This is the second time. First time it was last episode when production was like, you gonna have to come on, you didn't bring him here to not talk about it, right? And this whole thing of like, oh, well, this is a legal matter. There's things that we cannot tell. And I said this to everybody I talked to about this damn episode today. These mofas can't afford no cease and desist. So what you can't talk about, Candy? No, you don't want to talk about it because there's something that you're hiding. Okay, that's what I think. That's my theory, and I'm sticking by it. And once I come up with a reason why she's hiding, what she's hiding, I'm gonna definitely tell y'all. But no, she hiding something. There's no reason why she's not able to talk about this situation. Child. Now, the episode ends. Marlo is livid. Okay, she's livid because she was talking about how I guess she wanted to have this conversation and this dialogue with Candy because she lost. Unfortunately, she did lose her nephew, and it's a really big deal for her. I don't like how she tried to conflate the two. Girl, you try to sit there and say, oh, well, my nephew died and he worked at OLG, like trying to, and then Candy didn't say nothing to me. Like I texted her that, and then she just left me this bland ass text or whatever. But then we seen the scene when they were talking, and then Candy was, she wasn't crying. She wasn't like emotional for you, but like she was just like, oh my goodness, like that's really bad. Like she was concerned. You wanted her to ball out and act a fool or whatever. Girl, she don't know him. And for you to insinuate that it had something to do with him, this dude working at OLG, this person got unalived by a roommate's friend or whoever that was in his house with some argument with. I don't know how the situation happened, but apparently a visitor of the roommates shot and killed Marlo's nephew. Okay. Now, with that, they ain't got nothing to do with Candy, and you trying to conflate the situation that happened with Candy's cousin with Joe's cousin, it just doesn't make any sense. You sat there and act a goddamn ass towards Drew because Drew didn't want to bring it up. Why didn't you bring it up? Why didn't you say anything? You wanted to have this conversation. I want to say Marlo coerced her to bring it up because she didn't want to bring it up. Because you know how these girls like to edit. They like to create the narrative of these scenes. I think Marlo told Drew, you need to bring this up. I can't bring it up. Because we've seen people like Kenya do this before. Like, but she sat there and had Claudia bring up, she had, either it was Claudia or Cynthia, but Kenya had Claudia or Cynthia to bring up the situation with Phaedra. Phaedra was about to whoop somebody ass up. Child. Because she didn't want to do it herself. I think Marlo did that same thing with Drew, and she got mad because Drew didn't say what needed to be said. Girl, get out of here. Then you gonna flip out and be like, my nephew got killed. My nephew. I'm like, girl, are you crazy? This girl is losing. This girl is crazy. She lost her mind. It's giving coke. Child, I also forgot to mention, Marlo actually made a response today about the whole situation where they weren't bringing up the elephant in the room. So here it is. I'm about to show it to you now.
So we're all in the winery in the back. There was another episode. There was another elephant in the room. The producer said, hey, there's an elephant in the room. None of y'all gonna bring it up? Y'all, every single person was scared to bring it up. And Drew, I give her props. She was the only one that had courage to bring it up. But when she brought it up, Drew said, y'all can really tell if you look at it. The incident that happened, girl, this was on the news. There was a shooting at Candy's restaurant. Blaze, it was on the news. But poor Drew was so scared. And she was the only one with enough courage to say, and when I tell y'all, Kenya, everybody looked at that girl like, if you don't be quiet, this is Queen Candy. We don't talk about anything negative that happens to her.
Now, this is true.
So that triggered me, y'all. It really did. It took me back to where my nephew, who used to work with Candy, who used to work for Candy at Old Lady Gang, he got shot and killed. I called Candy, reached out to Candy, told her about it. And to me, I didn't get the acknowledgement I wanted from her. She didn't acknowledge it. Then, as you see, I went into her home a day or two later, and she had as if I never even texted her about it. So to me, it's all about the acknowledgement. It's about
she really has a hard time with like concrete like scenes that happened that she was a part of. Like, girl, Candy, and this was a chopped conversation. This was only like a clip. So we don't know exactly what that conversation looked like in real life because this was like unreleased or whatever. Candy did seem okay. Well, she did act like she was like, "Oh my god, okay, all right." So the text, so her making that text message, she really didn't look at the text message because the way she reacted when she actually seen her. Okay, I get what she's talking about there. However, Candy was at the end of the day, she was concerned about your nephew, but it had nothing to do with her, and she didn't really know the dude, so she's not gonna be crazy about it. Anyway, go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
out. If it was Marlo, let me tell you this: it had been Marlo. I get it. I get incident sounds better than shooting, but don't you think defending myself sounds better than me stabbing somebody or cutting somebody? I'm confused. But this is my friend now. This is my friend who tried to get me a TV show. This is my friend who referred me to an agent. This is my friend. So if I call you and tell you my blood nephew, my sister's firstborn, was shot and murdered that used to work for you. He didn't work for you 10 years ago. He just worked for you. His death has been 2 years now, but he was still working for you less than, 5 or 6 months ago. And you're not going to say, girl, I'm going to send flowers. I'm sorry to hear that, sis. Let me send a platter from Old Lady Gang. Let me reach out to your sister. Come on. Come on. I mean, how do you not acknowledge that? So do y'all get where I'm coming from?
No, not really. But my thing is this, like, what are you trying to say? I think if we just get to the meat and potatoes, okay, you are upset that Candy didn't react well or react at all to the passing of your nephew, and your nephew used to work at the OLG. It seemed like you're making like correlations that just don't connect well. I mean, he didn't get murdered at OLG. It was another event. So it's like, do you have any information to make us feel that these killings were connected at some point? Is that what you're trying to? I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws because Marlo just don't make any goddamn sense. So, child, I don't know, child. Tell me what y'all think about episode 3 in the comments. Okay, we'll definitely be on for the panel tomorrow. We'll be on Medusa's channel, and we'll dive deep into that and also some other hot topics too, because she wants to do other things on there. But girl, this episode was like, it was trash in the beginning, but like towards the end, I was like, what's going on? Now, before anything, I was like, when she said my nephew got killed, I'm like, I'm pleased not the baby's child, but no, it was some other, her older nephew. Honey, I feel like Nene, they really make me tired. I'm just so tired. All right, see y'all with the next video.